Okay, halo teman-teman, good morning. So today, first, maybe I can introduce our guest lecturer. So this is Pak Syarif Hidayatullah. So he is one of the lecturer in philosophy department, and today we will talking about the roles of the pesantren for communities. Yeah, so this topic is, for me, is kind of interesting because pesantren itself in here is something that really have relation with the community. So right here, I think Pak Syarif Hidayatullah will introduce some roles and some important things that we have to know before, especially our next agenda is to visit the pesantren, and then yeah, I think that's all. So maybe Pak Syarif.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay. Excuse me, I give you Muslim greeting. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yes, first of all, I appreciate for the SSID program and also give thanks because give me a chance to present about the role of pesantren for community. My name is Syarif Hidayatullah. I am one of a lecturer here, especially in the religious department. Religious philosophy, and my main subject matter is Islamic studies. So, if we discuss on pesantren, it's very important for us. If you want to know about Islam in Indonesia, okay. In the first slide, I will start with definition of pesantren. Pesantren terminologically is a boarding school for the Quranic and other religious subjects. It is a socio-religious institution that become a mode for education for Muslim community who obtain a deep understanding of religious science. In the term, pesantren is very popular in Java, Madura, and Mataram Malaya Peninsula, and Pandita, or school in the Philippines. Okay, in the pesantren, there are teacher, leaders, called with kiai, somebody called with ustad, and group of pupils ranging in number from 3 or 4 to 2,000, we are called with santris. The word pesantren comes from santri or religious student. The pesantren is image etymologically from pesantrian that has several meanings, such as place of santri or dormitory, a place for santri who are learning about religion, or pondok. The term santri itself was derived from Tamil language. It means a teacher of reciting Quranic verses. Okay, another version states the term santri was derived from India, or Sanskrit term sastri. It means Hindu scholar who prefer in reading, literacy, and education. Moreover, there is a version that this term was emerged from Javanese word cantek, scholar. That has meaning some who always following a teacher, follow a teacher even everywhere he or maybe they go or he goes to a place and settle at there. Next, the Sunday student usually reside in the pondok in dormitories, cook their own food and wash their own clothes. However, along with the latest development, considering of the effectiveness of time, some Islamic boarding school or Pesantren appoint a special staff of 2 minutes the food and laundry of the student clothes, with the consequence that the student paid a certain amount of service fees. According, I see now in recent situation, most of the Pesantren do like this. There are also Pesantren for female students and order which segregates male and female curriculum. Yeah. The santri leads very disciplined and regulates religious life. For example, we can look at the daily routine schedule at the Pesantren Islamic Boarding School of Al-Mukmin Sukoharjo in Central Java, which maybe I wrote a book about this. You can see and find in next. This is about activities santri in dormitory. You know from maybe preparation for subuh prayer, because as a Muslim, the santri have to do 5 praying in a day. The first we call it subuh prayer. Then after this, after praying subuh congregationally or berjamaah, and santri take a Quran and read Qiratul Quran. The Quran reciting. Quran is the holy book for a Muslim. After the Quran reciting, the santri, maybe some of the santri do sport or morning walk, maybe some do a bed and others activities according maybe the preparation of the santri or school preparation. After this, they go to the school and training school in 7+ hours in day. Then maybe in the medial term, the santri called zuhur. After zuhur praying, the santri entering again to the school in class hour. After this, getting lunch. After lunch, take a nap, or after this, they do the third praying, we call it asar. Asar praying congregationally or berjamaah. After praying asar, the santri enter to school again, entering school around 2+4. After this, some santri take or do sport, or some santri take a bath and other afternoon walk. After this, the santri, all of the santri do third prayer. After Maghrib prayer, the santri take recitation, maybe the Quranic recitation, maybe the subject, and also some santri to sorogan. Sorogan, one of the method of book learning in Pesantren. Take a dinner in this time. Okay. After this, all of the santri to the fifth prayer we call Isra prayer. After Isra prayer, the santri study preparation. Some santri maybe if they didn't or they not yet dinner, maybe take a dinner. After this respective class depend on its santri, and in 10 p.m. up to 4 p.m. the santri getting sleep. Okay, this is daily activity for a santri in Pondok Pesantren. Next, I will explain or discuss about history of Pesantren, but in brief history, because if we will know the full story, I think the time is not enough in this class. Okay, just a brief story. The Pesantren have been established and spread in the 16th century, when learning center known as the place of learning for the Islamic faithful or countries. The Pesantren, according Carl Sandring, one of the West scholar, especially in its format and system, emerged from India, according Sandring. Because before spreading Islam in Indonesia, the system was utilized generally for instruction of Hinduism in Java. Before Islam came in Indonesia, there is Hinduism, there is Buddhism, and others. So when Islam came in Indonesia, the Muslim scholar know about the education system from because before studying Islam in Indonesia, the system was utilized generally for instruction of Hinduism in Java. After Islam came and already spread in Java, the system then was to offer by Islam. There are around 40,000 Pesantren that have about 8 million students in Indonesia, maybe more. Most of them are in rural area, but a few of Pesantren built and developed in urban area. Emergency of Pesantren could not be spared from influence of historical Wali Songo. Wali Songo is mean a non-religious leader in Indonesia. Pesantren is really continuing Wali Songo tradition that taught Islamic value of tolerance in society. There are Maulana Malik Ibrahim, popular with Sunan Gresik, then Sunan Ampel, Sunan Bonang, Sunan Derajat, Sunan Giri, Sunan Kalijaga, Sunan Kudus, Sunan Muria, and Sunan Gunung Jati has a real name same with me, Syarif Hidayatullah. He is a Sunan Gunung Jati. They are is one Songo or 9 Indonesia. History. Okay, next. But the 17th century, The Pesantren on Java had become alternate center of authority to the princely court in certain fields. You know, in Indonesia, or especially in Java Island, there are many or some sultanate or keraton palace, like in Cirebon, in Surakarta, Solo, also in Yogyakarta. We have Keraton Yogyakarta or Yogyakarta Palace. So, by the 7th century, the Pesantren on Java had become alternate center for authority to prince court in certain place for prepare for the next kingdom or the next sultan. The palace traces elaborate lifestyle based on Japanese value of refinement, while the Pesantren traces pious conduct and the hereafter. In early time, the Pesantren or Surau or the Pondok or the Pandita school were a phenomenon interacting with local communities, like in this temple, this course. Kiai, ulama, or Muslim scholar, one side provide education, give advice to villagers around the Pesantren, and legitimize local communities, ceremonies. Because you know, in Indonesian people or society, there are many ceremonies. So, in the context of ceremony, need someone who become leader for the ceremony. Maybe village, some village around the Pesantren need on they propose and also want to helping from the kiai to lead the ceremony. While on other side, the villagers support the Pesantren with food and labor. In some place of protects, arms, and pious endorsement were also given in order to distribute them by kiai. The kiai in this context becomes a broker or become maybe manager for distribute some of maybe protects, arms, or zakat to the group or society need for support economic become manager or a broker from distributors. Okay. This is kind of the role of the kiai for the villager. Next, I will discuss for you about the type of pesantren in Indonesia. As we know, in Indonesian context, there are three types of pesantren. Firstly, we call it the pesantren salafiyah or traditional model. Then the pesantren kholafiyah or modern model, and the third model is pesantren model of synthesis of kholafiyah or traditional model and modern model and salafiyah or traditional model. This is three types of pesantren. If you ask me about how many or maybe how about the pesantren in Indonesia? Most of the pesantren in Indonesia take any model. I think most of the pesantren in Indonesia still now is take with salafiyah or traditional model. Next, I will explain more about the three types of pesantren. The Pesantren Salafiyah has just religious science curriculum. Here, generally, they use just kitab kuning or yellow book. I bring one example. This is kitab kuning or yellow book. As a core of educational system, studied using slogan and Watonan methods. I will explain more about the slogan and Watonan in the next slide. Most of the pesantren in Indonesia applied this traditional model. They are spreading in many regions. For example, Pesantren Pandan Arang and Pesantren Al-Qadir in Yogyakarta. Also Pesantren Bundet in Cirebon Town, West Java, and Rototu Kolibin Rembang, Central Java. This pesantren now managed by Gusmus, if you know Gusmus, Kiai Haji Mustafa Bisri, and Tubuh Ireng Jombang. This pesantren is held by Gustur family or Kiai Haji Abdurrahman family, and pesantren Sidogiri Pasuruan is just this kind of the, or for this some example for the Salafiyah model of pesantren in Indonesia. Next, the second model is modern model of the pesantren Salafiyah. The pesantren Salafiyah or modern model, they are also adopt modern system of education beside the traditional curriculum. They have a mixture of religious science and non-religious science. This is one of the character of the pesantren Salafiyah, especially origin in language. For example, pesantren of Gontor in East Java. Pak Yudi mau berkunjung ke Australia. And pesantren As-Salam Surakarta or Central Java. The modern pesantren are generally say newer thing if better than older, but still maintaining older tradition that better than newer. This is also one character of the modern model of pesantren. The pesantren teacher non-religious science in madrasah or school by classical system and establish public school surrounding the pesantren. Okay, this is the second model of pesantren. Next, I will explain about the third model of the pesantren. It's mean the pesantren model of scientists by of Salafiyah or modern, and pesantren model of scientists of Salafiyah and Salafiyah by adding of the life skill training besides in religious curriculum, then adding by non-religious system of curriculum, and also adding maybe foreign language. Also, they add by some of lifestyle for the santri. For example, pesantren of Ali Masum, Rapiat, Bantul. So, after this class, we will go visit to this place of pesantren. This is one of links from YouTube.
Di sini kegiatan di SPPA langsung lumayan banyak, mulai dari kita soal tidur dan juga saat subuh, kemudian mengaji pagi, dilanjutkan dengan bersih diri dan siap-siap untuk berangkat ke sekolah. Kemudian mulai dari jam 7 kita berangkat ke sekolah.
Later on daily activity also.
Sampai di asrama kita diberi waktu istirahat sampai sekitar
bring the little book?
keluar dari makanan belum boleh. Kemudian kita berjamaah, kita sholat maghrib berjamaah. Setelah itu kuliah malam, kemudian dilanjutkan dengan sholat isya berjamaah, dan yang terakhir musyawarah dan saling.
Okay, this is one of I think the short story of the Pesantren.
Tapi baru.
Next, the Pesantren located in Malang is Java. Also, the Pesantren Nurul Jadid Paiton, Probolinggo, Pesantren Salafiyah Sukoharjo, Pesantren Bata-Bata Pemekasan Madura, Pesantren Kuba in North Sumatra, and Pesantren Al-Akhirat is Sulawesi. This is some of the sample of the Pesantren centers. Then next, the second element is santri. Santri is student studying at the Pesantren. Next, the third element of Pesantren is masjid. Masjid is a mosque or place for praying. In the main function of this place for praying, but in practically masjid or mosque not only for praying but also for learning and for other activity. Next, the pondok or dormitory is the Pesantren of the dormitory, and the fifth element is kitab. Kitab is the classical book of Islam, usually called with kitab kuning or the Jalbika, like this, like you know from the video in YouTube just now. Okay, this is five elements of Pesantren. If I explain more about the fifth element, I will explain from the santri type. You know, in most of the Pesantren, we have two kinds of santri or religious student. The first called with santri mukim. Santri mukim it means resident student. He or she, santriwan or santriwati. Santriwan is for male santri or male student. Santriwati for female student, came from a distant region and spent the night or stay at the Pesantren dormitory. The second type of santri is santri kalong. Santri kalong in English word is bad student. Why they call it santri kalong? Because he and she came from surrounding the Pesantren, and currently the santri does not stay. He or she doesn't stay at the Pesantren dormitory. After studying and reciting the Quran or certain book of Islamic teaching, he or she will go back to his or her home. This is santri kalong. Next, about the kitab kuning. In generally, the learning of kitab kuning is used by two methods. First method called with sorogan method, and the second method called with betonan or bandongan method. Sorogan method is the learning which requested by one santri and several santris toward their kiai in order to teach them. Sorogan method will be applied just for santris who are already clever in reciting the Quran. the advanced country. Whilst Watonan or Bandungan method is the learning which get initiated by teacher or kiai himself, either about place, time, and will study, maybe in classical way. In Bandungan method, when a kiai reading a kitab kuning, every Sunday have to see their own same book, and if they need to do, they write some notes or border of sheet the book about typical means of the word or other explanation from the kiai. Like this, me as kiai took this kitab kuning and open in certain page. Some also bring this same book or kitab kuning, also open in same page. The kiai read in this page. All of the santri see and listen the for kiai reciting already, and if they or santri find the difficult, they note in the side of this page. And maybe if after reading all of the page, maybe some santri can ask to the kiai or to other santri, maybe the senior santri, to know what this difficulty of this or the meaning of this reciting of the kiai, like this. Okay, theme of or topic of the kitab kuning are including about maybe 8 disciplines. First, ilmu fikih or Islamic jurisprudence. Then the second about tauhid or faith. Third about tasawuf of mysticism, Islamic mysticism. Next about the nahu is about the syntax, surf or morphology. Then usul fikih or foundation of Islamic jurisprudence, and hadith or prophet tradition, like this kitab kuning on hadith or prophet tradition. Then also next about tafsir or exegesis, ethics and other branches of Islamic knowledge such as tarikh or history of Islam, and balaghah is kind of literature. This is about the kitab kuning. Okay, next I will explain or talk about the function of pesantren and its role in Indonesian context. According to Kiai Haji Abdul Rahman Wahid, we call it Kustur in popular name, the fourth president of Indonesia, the pesantren historically has a big role in building public culture and civilization of Indonesian society. The pesantren also become intellectual pioneer in the country. With all its modernization, the pesantren world has a big latent potential to transform Islamic civilization into a more cosmopolitan entity. This is according Kiai Haji Abdul Rahman Wahid. In the past, historically, the pesantren developed from one of the very leading educational institutions that actively involve themselves in the effort to improve the life quality of the poor in Indonesia. The pesantren often relate to its involvement in rural development to elevate poverty, pass through the pesantren own value system. The value system of pesantren reflect the compassion and unceasing concern for individual members of community, with due truth by tradition shaped throughout the centuries, and by unique leadership pattern and the use universal literature of its own. Okay, what kind of the value of pesantren? Okay, this is about the value system in pesantren. First, about the ikhlas or sincerity and the servant to God or ibadah. This is the first value of pesantren. The second value is about the wisdom or hikmah. Then the three of the simplicity value. Four, about the togetherness or collectivity. Then about being autonomous or stand alone. Then about the freedom value, implementation of religious teaching, and final value or the last value is loyalty to the Kiai. I think the last value is very important for in the pesantren, loyalty to the Kiai or the teacher. Okay, I will explain more about this value. What's meant of the value ikhlas or sincerity and servant to God ibadah? Most of people in the pesantren feel that any activity in our life is worship toward Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the one God. So all implementation of the pesantren lies by voluntary and to serve humankind in the name of God. This is the value of sincerity and servant to God. Therefore, a santri has to reference honorably to his kiai and ustad, teacher, and mutual appreciate others. Okay, next value wisdom. The pesantren says about wisdom to be implemented in its educational system and in daily life of the santri. The wisdom means that all santri have to apply some character, such as be patient, calm, obedience, to accept goal without image others, and giving benefit to others. This is value, wisdom value. Next, simplicity. It's been the pesantren suggests simplicity as one of glorious value and orientation for all people of the pesantren. The simplicity is not same with poverty, but is identically as a proper attitude and thinking, proportional and not arrogant. This is the meaning of simplicity value. Next, togetherness or collectivity. The pesantren stress on urgency of collectivity and togetherness and not like to individualism. Here, there is a dictum that about right we must give precedence to interest of others, but about obligation we must do our duty firstly before somebody else do it. It is I think a good dictum for santris or in the pesantren. Next, be autonomous or stand value. In the pesantren, every santri practice supporting for himself or herself. He or she bears and responsibility for her need, such as cooking, washing, learning, time management, etc. Even among santri, there are santri often time support himself or herself financially during his studying in the pesantren. This is the meaning of the P autonomous or standalone value. Next, Freedom. The freedom value is the Pesantren view that freedom and limitation are a natural thing to receive and use in educational activities. So the Pesantren implements an education system to help and to learn its students with their own character by giving them certain rules, especially Islamic government, to become good people. The student studies from one Pesantren to another Pesantren to obtain a certificate or ijazah in various religious maintenance subjects. But they always return to the mother Pesantren once a year to maintain the links. This is the freedom value. Okay. Implementation of religious value, religious teaching value. The Pesantren stress on implementing of religious teaching in our daily life. Activities should be conducted and inspired by Islamic value and teaching. Okay, so the Sunday not only learn about the Islamic teaching or Islamic religion, but also to implement in daily life. The last value is about the loyalty to the Kiai value. Kiai, as for the Santri, is a figure who is considered obedient, loyal, and respected by his Santri. So commonly between Kiai and his Santri occur a close relationship spirituality. All activities of member of the Pesantren are depend on blessing from the Kiai or Ustad. This is the meaning of loyalty to Kiai value. Okay, I add some value system in the Pesantren in different perspective or adding perspective. The standard value esteemed by Muslim throughout the history of Islam of reflected in the Pesantren value is ta'awun. First, ta'awun means mutual helping in everyday life. The second value is amalu khair or good deeds toward others, and tadamun or solidarity among human beings. This is also, I think, the good value in the Pesantren for santri or student. Okay, those value brought to Pesantren different kind of social consciousness which culminate in the current strong desire to effect social change in grand scale, the grand scale. The task of Islam, according to the value system, is to help to overcome the weakness and solve those problems. In the past, the story of Pesantren in Indonesia, the main problem were in the vicinity of upholding their individual morality. So the Pesantren leader concerned to evolve into awareness strong of morality. I think this is the last subtopic of this class, some contemporary role of the Pesantren in Indonesia. Firstly, education, because Pesantren is the place for studying for Islamic teaching. The second role is Da'wah Islamiyah or spreading missionary of Islam, because in this place the Pesantren create the new of Kiai, the new of a spreader of Islamic teaching for the people, for the community. Then activator for community development. This is also one of role of Pesantren. The fourth role is creating of social harmony. For example, respond to religious conflict. You know, there are several religious conflict. So Kiai from Pesantren sometimes become problem solver of this religious conflict. Then cultural and moral building. For example, battle to strive against drug. Madani society, which means civil society, treating civil society, etc. Then the role of strengthening of nationalism and contra colonialism. You know, in Indonesian history of independence, Kiai and the Pesantren become leading group for fights to colonialism activities and take independence for Indonesia state. Then the last role of Pesantren is reproduction of the ulama or Muslim scholar and the next Kiai. This is, I think, for some of role of the Pesantren what I can explain for you now. I think enough. Thanks for attention. Thank you.